All right, so I recently got a question about how I do my thumbnails and just like promotional images for my projects. So I figured I would just run through that. Usually, what I do, sometimes I'll do like a specialized render, and then I'll take things into Blender. But for most of them, I'll just take a screenshot of the CAD viewport. I use Onshape, so that's in the browser. So I'll just like snipping tool it, whatever, get a couple angles. Um, if it's rigged or whatever, I might get some different like poses of it. And then I'll bring it into Photoshop, just thumbnail ratio, 16 by 9. There's this resolution, but it compresses it automatically, so it doesn't really matter. So for this one, I've kind of got like some shadow layer. So what I did is I just put these two screenshots into a group. I cut them out first, then condensed them into one. I put some Gaussian blur on it. It just gives it a little bit of a drop shadow. I think I'm also going to kind of add some highlight to the background, make it look a little bit more like studio lighting. Uh, that's a little much. I mean, most of it is just playing, it's just general Photoshop stuff. Whatever, that looks fine for now. And then I like to kind of play around with the hue and saturation a little. Just, I mean, it doesn't matter. It just can kind of make it look a little bit more eye-catching. I'll just kind of scroll through the hue until I find a combination of colors that I think is interesting. Once you've been working with like a certain set of colors for so long, it kind of just like you kind of get used to it. So sorry, let me check if I'm recording real quick. I am. We're good. So just playing with that can kind of make it a little bit more engaging. I don't know. That doesn't really matter. And then I'll put some information down. I always like to make a logo for all my projects. I mean, they're usually the same style, but they just give it a little bit of uniqueness. And I'll write the features down. And if I have multiple versions, like of the same part, here's another one for the ARN. I will do multiple like versions at the bottom here and then label them, which is mostly just because like people never really read the directions, and it's just nice to be able to see the actual visual differences in the parts in like the Odyssey page. Um, but I mean, other than that, they're pretty consistent. I kind of I mean, they're all kind of in the same style here. Whatever. Like, I mean, this was the only really different one, but even then, it kind of followed the same basic formula of title, picture, features. So, I mean, really, looks like shit. I'm gonna keep working on this, but I think generally the point is it needs to catch someone's eye, but also stay distinctive enough that you know who it's from. I mean, I always put the logo in the corner, which is pretty helpful, but I think you can also identify it just based on the style. So, I mean, I cut out error right there. I'll fix that. It's it's kind of inconsequential because a lot of the time people will be looking at them on the index and they don't care about the thumbnail, but it's a good little embellishment piece and I always like doing it. So that's pretty much all I have for you. All right.